All right, guys. So it is a new week, and there's a new candle that's been formed. We've got 4 days and 19 hours before this weekly candle closes, and I'm going to assume that this candle wasn't there because I was supposed to release this analysis before Sunday's price opening, but it just so happens to be that due to work commitments, I never got the time to be able to actually do the recording and post it before the case until now. So what I wanted to outline to you guys is the PD arrays that are nearby. This wick is a doji, it's a bearish doji wick, right? This is a sign of indecision, and it's also a sign of weakness in the market. Now, because we've been bullish for quite some time, especially in 2025 up to this current date, whenever you see a pattern like this, right, I will tend to look for nearby PD arrays. I tend to look for discount arrays. So in this case, so I'm using the most immediate high to low, low to high. Let's use the Fibonacci just to gauge where the most immediate discount price would be. It would be but below 3,320, give or take. 3,228, give or take, which means that because price is currently in a premium, right, and we've been rallying higher for quite some time now, and we've had a blow off top where we've seen buy stops taken, but we closed inside of the previous week's range. Next week, which is this week, where we've got 4 days and 19 hours left, I'm looking for a draw into the most recent buy side liquidity, BISI. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So I actually got that modeled up there. This would be the first point of interest, and this, which is also weekly buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiencies of interest. So at 3,167 to 3,194, and also 3,245 to 3,260. Those are the areas of importance, with the first point of interest being this nearby buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So the lows I'm looking out for, first point of interest would be 3,260. Once we see price gravitate down to this area, then I'd like to see how it reacts once we take the weekly lows out. Because currently, with Sunday's opening, we haven't changed the market structure, the bullish market structure, right? We've yet to change that. So far, so good. We're currently still inside of the previous week's range, and I'm looking for a draw down through the previous week's low and into a PD array, subsequently a discount array. So it's actually a discount array that I'm looking out for in the form of a BISI. So because we've outlined that, before I move over to the daily, guys, let me show you guys what the monthly's been up to. So we've got 2 days left, 2 days and 19 hours left. And I mean, it's just nothing but bullish price action, guys. You know, there's nothing really here to take note. I mean, you can take note of the fact that this month we traded all the way to the, I'd say maybe 80% of the previous month's range before expanding higher and creating new all-time highs at 3,500, which is a lovely whole psychological number from the market to drop to rally up into. Now the question is, are we going to continue higher? Are we going to take out that 3.5k all-time high region, or are we going to dip back down, maybe range band back down into these monthly inefficiencies, more this inefficiency, because this is actually a weekly, potentially drop down into this inefficiency, get there when the time comes, and then make its way to the upside. Who knows? With dollar index looking to make its way to the upside, we could see the potential for the weakness of gold, and for, let's go to a lower time frame, and for the chance for gold to be trading in discount territory. So if it's not the 3,194 area, that's 3,167, we're looking at lows at 2,982 to 2,931. This is a deep discount. if the market was to drop down into this area, but I'm just letting you guys know just in case we do see induced volatility into the market. Now I've covered the monthly and the weekly. I wanted to show you guys the daily, what we've got on offer for the daily time frame. We have a new day opening gap that was created from Tuesday going into Wednesday's opening. And Thursday and Friday, we actually managed to maintain the lower portion of the new day opening gap, with the consequent encroachment being used as a form of resistance. So we actually supported price. Sorry, the way I say resistance is in the relation to support and resistance. But when I talk about resistance, it's not your traditional support and resistance, you know. But when I talk about support, I literally mean supporting the narrative of what I'm talking about. So in this case, if I'm expecting price to drop to the downside, and we're assuming that this Monday's candle have not printed yet, right? Then I'll be looking for an expansion down to this low here, which is at 3,265. Drop down into this gap here, close it, and then drop down into this weekly BISI. High, lower low, higher high. This is also a bullish breaker block as well. So there's two confirmations here for price to drop down into. Going forward this week, I'll keep you guys updated with how price delivers. We've got the low. It's actually relative equal lows here that I'm looking for the market to drop down into, refill this BISI, and then have the potential to drop down into this weekly BISI here. So this is actually a daily BISI here. This is a weekly BISI. First point of interest, relative equal lows. Second, closure of this daily BISI. And last but not least, weekly BISI. So I feel like I kind of have to speed run through this because I'm on the clock at the moment. I'm going to go to the front in a minute. So I thought let me just power right through this, but give you guys the necessary information to make rational decisions going forward this week. So I'm going to leave you with the weekly. It's not really much to hint, but I'll leave you with the weekly, and I will catch up with you guys very soon.